The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network, here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Warning: adult topics and content. You must be legal age of majority in your location to view. We are an educational, informative talk show, and our hosts may express their opinions passionately using explicit language. No offense is intended. Take a break and tune in for some great cannabis and psychedelic chit-chat. Learn what's going on in the cannabis industry, find out what's new on the review, and enjoy a laugh or two. Join us for today's Tokin Talk here on the Pace Radio Network with Reverend Cindy and Irene.
And there we are. Hey. How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. You know what? I kind of feel like it's been, I don't know. Like, I know we just spoke, but I feel like it's been forever. Is that weird?
No, because there's so much going on. Like, I mean, here I am. I don't want to let too many cats out of the bag, but I'm planning a trip near you, and you're kind of involved in what's going to be like, helping me get around and blah, 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 because I'm not bringing a car this time. And so like in the last week since I've talked to you, I have better dates. I have better ideas. And I've been dying to talk to you about it. It's just everything seems to go on, right?
You're right. And I've been crazy busy because, as you know, I've got one ass and I'm trying to ride multiple horses. And thank you so much for carrying the show last week, because I'm telling you, I looked back at it and went, oh, Irene, you should have just gone to bed. But this is what happens. We get a little overwhelmed, and sometimes there's a lot more on our plate than we're ready to deal with. And things are finally, I can't say they're slowing down, but things are falling into their proper pockets for me, which means I've been able to get some sleep. I've done a couple of hypnosis treatments, which has been really nice to help reduce the anxiety and deter the I don't know, I guess January blues. You know how you get, it's seasonally affected, right? There's not enough sunshine. So I've been taking my vitamin D with K, and then of course being menopausal, Friday's show for Battle Strategies that airs here on Pace Radio. Mm-hmm. I had something else entirely different planned. Ended up doing it on menopause because we got into this whole conversation about how hormones really can play havoc and put you in hell.
Yes.
Literally, I'm the queen of hell some days. The devil's afraid. Shit, she's up again.
I'm lucky in that way that I ended up at the age of 42. I had a full hysterectomy. So I got put on hormone replacement therapy. And in the last 6 months, I have met with doctors and discussed different options of what to do. And we have decided that I'm just going to stay on the hormone replacement therapy and not go through menopause.
Oh, okay. And see, I was one of those, I was full of cancer as a very young person. I had a really tumultuous experience with the whole menses and menopause and stuff. I ended up having a full hysterectomy at the age of 23. So I really thought, because I wasn't educated in any other way, that, all the plumbing's missing. Therefore, I'm not going to go through menopause. And one day, this evil nightmare stared at me from the mirror, and she was a nasty, evil, vile bitch. And that's when I realized, oh shit, there's more to this menopause thing than just the plumbing.
Yeah.
And Thank you. Thank you. Look at the one that I'm smoking tonight.
I'm doing sunflowers and
Oh, the
wildflowers.
sunflower's so pretty. And yeah, I'm doing the gold tipped pink cannabis leaf. My nails look like crap right now because I've been doing so many other sets. I keep catching my own fingers with the file and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, as I was showing you before the show, my grandson and I were playing with Jaguar henna. So here, let me try and do it this way. See if I can. Whoops.
Very cool.
Yeah. So the Jaguar henna, it's just like henna. It's temporary tattooing, staining of the skin. Henna itself, like the clay, that comes from a plant in the, like, I'm not sure exactly where, but like the desert sort of environment. Whereas Jaguar comes from a fruit in the Amazonian rainforest. So the Aboriginals there used to use that fruit and the gel of the fruit, oxidize it, and do all of their tribal paintings.
Cool.
So for someone like me who has olive colored skin, if you put the clay henna on my skin and once it dries, it looks like baby diarrhea. But when I found the Jaguar, because it's black, it really stands out on my skin, especially on the olive skin. So I love it. And
Yes.
as I said to you, I was admiring your tattoos recently. I would never have the nerve or the physical mentality to be able to endure a tattoo. But
that's my new one.
I saw it online. It's freaking gorgeous. Like absolutely gorgeous. I really hope the purple stays for you.
It will.
Good.
It will. My skin loves color. I've only ever had 2 spots that decided not to take color. And that's when I was tattooed over a scar. And the scar won't take the color, but the rest of my, like, I mean, I hardly any of this has had any touch-ups. I mean, like my skin loves ink.
There. And see, I think I told you I got that one tattoo long time ago, many moons ago. Let me just age myself a little bit more. But yeah, I got it done then to cover up an ugly appendectomy scar. And it did its job, and all of the colors stayed, and I'm very pleased with it. But it's very discreet. It's well hidden. I mean, I can wear a bikini and you won't see my tattoo. You know. So tattoos and paints. Have you ever seen the white henna?
No. Well, I mean, YouTube or pictures, right? But not in person, right?
I'm dying to try it. So my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, they're getting married in September. I'm so proud. My son said, Mom, I never thought I'd get married. But here he is. He proposed in Paris. They went to Paris. They had a quick trip to Paris, and he proposed in front of the Eiffel Tower. And, the whole romance. Like, I raised a good boy. And so they're getting married in September, and I thought, if I can get really good with the Jaguar and the henna, I've always been pretty good with. The Jaguar's a little bit different because it's a little more liquidy. But wouldn't it be beautiful to do the white lace like at the edge of the wedding dress so that, when you're wearing something, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be so pretty.
Yeah, give something added to it.
And if it is, not just that, but it really gives me an excuse to do a lot of henna practicing on my own skin while I'm tanning this summer. Now I got to go to the beach. I got to see how it holds up.
Yeah, no, I have to do this experimenting. It's very important.
That's right. Oh,
that's
Lordy.
Hilarious.
Oh, you know how forward I've been looking towards having this puff with you? Oh, my goodness.
What are you puffing?
Girl Scout cookies. So
very nice.
As you know, I grew a few different strains this year, and often what I do is I'll buy clones and then I share them with patients that can't necessarily go and get their own clones. And we often have a deal that, I'll bring them 2 plants and they give me a portion of their harvest, right? But I help them through the process all the way, and until they get their own little system going, because it's about patience for patients. If it hadn't been for other patients, I'd have never have gotten started on the healing journey myself. Therefore, if I can be instrumental in helping somebody else get on a natural healing journey, I'm paying it forward,
Yep.
So I often will come into contact with anywhere from 12 to 30. I mean, one year I had 62 clones, just a bunch of different people had learned how to clone that year. So it's like, I got clones, right? And I share them around and about. In my own garden, I grew 6 different strains. And when I got my harvest, I, of course, keep out all my little jars and I go through those. Well, we're partway through the season and it was time to break into some of the larger jars. I was never so happy as to find my kosher kush. I forgot that I stashed a jar, and when I found it, it was like, yes. There's a couple of strains I grew this year that I really like. Girl Scout cookies, of course, being one of them. Can't find it in the dispensaries easily. You can find Girl Scout cookies hybrids, like crossed, right?
Yeah, crossed with something.
But I can never find just the straight up Girl Scout cookies. So having grown it this year and then cracking open the jar after not having it for about a month or so, it's like, yeah. How about you? What are you enjoying?
I am enjoying something called Super Pink Kush. So I'm not really sure what the super takes, what it stands for, but I mean, it tastes like pink kush. It's, it's a nice indica-y type cannabis, and I enjoy it very, very much. I just picked up from a delivery service this evening, actually, before I came home. And, I ended up with 4 different strains because they have one of these, make your own ounce.
Right.
It's 4 strains. So I got Dosey Cake, Mac 1, Bubba Kush, and Gas Mask. And I haven't used this particular delivery service before, so I will be able to see how this stuff is.
Cool. Yeah. I know Bubba Kush is one of my faves. I'm a real super fan of the Kushes. They, that they're indica. When they've got the name Kush, you're going to get to curl up with a cushion.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to try that stuff. I haven't tried any of it yet, but I will try it and I will review it and I will let people know where I got it.
I don't know if you know or not, or if you've noticed, but our friend Remo from Urban Remo. Oh yeah, you've seen Al post some. So I've asked all my local dispensaries. I want Remo Farms in. I don't know if it's Remo Farms or Urban Remo, but get them in. I know his product has always been good in the past.
Yeah, Al's gotten a couple of his pre-rolls, and then he sent one out to one of our West Coast folks. But it's I really want to try it. It looks like it burns really clean. And knowing a lot of people that move from the legacy to the legal market, I'm really happy for them, and I really want to support them, and I want to go into the stores and I want to purchase them. So I'm really excited. I mean, that's one of the things that I want to do when I come up. I mean, by that time, hopefully they will be something that don't sell out as fast, and I'll be able to purchase something when I see you in a couple of months.
That's right. Well, when I was at Sweet Leaf there the other day, or recently, when I say the other day, it could be any time in the last 3 months. Seriously.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, when I was at Sweet Leaf, I mentioned it to them and asked them again. They always have such great deals on. I'm always so pleasantly surprised with what they have in stock. And
now this is Sweet Leaf Rec or Sweet Leaf Medicinal on the Reserve.
Sweet Leaf Medicinal on the Reserve.
Okay.
Yes. So while I was there, and I said we'll be back, and we'll be there in or around March, and they were all excited. So yeah, the rumors, the stories traveling already. it's down the mile. I'm looking.
Watch it. Cindy's coming back. Sweet Leaf was my favorite spot. I mean, I must have gone in there 4 or 5 times when I was there for Karma.
Right.
I really enjoyed the service. I really enjoyed all the cannabis that I took out of there. It was just a fantastic spot. So I went in on the last day that I was in Ontario, just as I was getting ready to go pick up my travel buddy and come home. And I went in and I said, I would like to get, I'm looking to get some pre-rolls so I don't have to worry about, rolling and, on my trip and whatnot. I can just pack my stash and go. And I bought an ounce and a half while I was in there for when I got home and whatnot. And they said, oh, you need pre-rolls? So they reach under the counter and they grab me a couple handfuls, right? And they stick it in there. There you go. You're looked after. So and then they had a special on. I bought an ounce and a half and they had 5 pre-rolls on for $20 or something like that. And I bought one of those too, one of that special. So yeah, they made sure I had more than enough pre-rolls to get home. And then I still had some left over when I was doing my own tea and toke that I ended up giving away.
Right. Yeah. They're
Great
really
people.
good for that. I really do love the most of the dispensaries on the reservations, and it doesn't seem to matter which reservation I go to. I really do. It's just an entirely different feel than the Ontario cannabis stores.
Yeah.
Now, not to say I don't. I mean, I do. You all know I really like my local dispensary, and I feel like I'm walking into the Cheers bar. It's like, Irene, oh, you look like you had a hard day. I've got something for you. Or, oh, you look really chipper. Do you need something to wind down? They know me. They get me. It's cool. But there is something to be said for the homespun stuff. It is nice to see that some of the legacy market is managing to break into the legal market with their product, because I do by far trust legacy far more than I trust legal. Legal know how much they can get away with, so they live on that line. Legacy is a labor of love and always has been.
And it's nice to see the legacy in those legal stores.
Yes, exactly. I have more trust and faith in it. I for obvious reasons, right? Mm-hmm. Speaking of legacy moving to legal, have you been paying attention? Looks like the Karma Cup is going to have some involvement. Yes.
Oh my God. I was so excited when I saw that announcement. I just about jumped into my chair. Because I've been saying probably with the last 2 years, when I go in and I pick up my friends' things or I support my friends, the ones that have gone from legacy to legal, and I'm thinking they can't really be in the Karma Cup anymore. That's kind of impossible.
Right.
Pardon me. So there's got to be something that happens. You know what I mean? So when I saw Sarah do that, I got so excited. And, all of these people that used to be legacy that have gravitated and, ended up getting their licensing in the legal market with still being able to stay true to their legacy roots can now come back to the Karma Cup.
Yes.
And I am so excited. I mean, my first reaction was, well, holy shit, now I got to find somebody to get this and send it to me, because it's only being sold through the OCS. So it's just okay, well, you'll send me my medicinal one, but who's gonna step up and go to the OCS and get Cindy her legal one, right? I gotta have one. So yeah, I am. Oh my God, I am so beyond thrilled. It's a very exciting thing.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And she has worked so damn hard for it, her and her team. I mean, I know she gives a lot of credit to her team, but she puts in a lot of tiresome hours herself, and it's really cool to see these people's efforts come into fruition.
You want to know what this is going to be? This is going to be the ultimate comparison test between legacy, because like I said, we've got a Ghost Drops. Look at Ghost Drops. They're in the OCS. They can enter. They're all legacy dudes. And right. We can put them up against the other people. It's a true blind taste test to see what we do or don't like, who is or isn't good. And I am so excited for the results. I am just I can't wait. And I really, really, really want to be part of it. So yeah, I'm really hoping that I can find somebody, a good friend, maybe a co-host that might want to, make sure that I get a kit. I mean, I will give you the money when I'm there in March, just to make sure it is sent to me. I'm like, it's a thrilling thing. I'm sorry, I'm taking over this whole conversation because I am, honest to God, that excited that Sarah Sunday is doing this. I think it's about time. We've given the legal market enough time for all of their monopoly people to step up their game. We've got some legacy people that have gone in there, and it is time to really put your money where your smoke is. Honest to God.
Absolutely. Like I'm watching you, and your body's language is like, woo! And yes, absolutely. There's no way you'd be without a kit. We'll make sure it happens, right?
Yeah.
Myself included, I can't wait for my kit this year. I'm looking really forward to it, and to the results. Like, I mean, it's just going to be a phenomenal year. I think there's, again, now with this blending and this melding, I think that I can see another evolution or revolution for the cannabis industry is coming into play. And how cool is it that in our lifetime we have seen all of this? Like, I have gone from public service announcements as a child thinking that if I went near a cannabis plant, my brain was going to fry, to be the biggest hot preacher in Penetang, at the time.
Yeah, no, I smoked my first joint at 11 and I liked it. And I just kind of kept going from there. And, I'm kind of glad because in the long run, it's what's come back to save me from really harmful things, like things that are honestly harmful, whether it be cigarettes or alcohol or, prescription drugs or street drugs. It's
Right.
Cannabis has been the thing that has saved me from all of those things.
Yeah. I hear the story time and time again as to what a wonderful tool the cannabis is in so many different ways. And again, I just can't get over how much it interacts with our body. And, I can get into my whole pragmatic, pedantic, blah, blah, blah. Let me lecture you some more. But you know what? Tune in on Friday. I'll give you some battle strategies and you can listen to that.
That's a different show.
Yeah. Actually, this Friday coming up, it's all about understanding hypnosis a little bit more and why hypnotherapists, myself inclusive, don't like to have someone under the influence of cannabis during a hypnotherapy treatment.
Cool. Cool. So tune in on Friday.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't get high and do hypno. Absolutely. Give it a try. Just know what to expect, though, right? It's an entirely different experience. And so check out Friday's show here on Pace Radio at noon. I feel like a commercial, a walking commercial.
I started a new show last Tuesday with a new co-host, and we had his business partner on as our first guest. It was an absolutely phenomenal show. Very much enjoyed it. But I didn't warn them that I was going to be doing all of these, things. So we come on and I didn't have the right notes in front of me. I had Pace News notes in front of me, but I did my best and I went with it. And I only talked about the news desk once and all of that, which was really great. And only the people that really know would have caught it. But anyway, so, I do the spiel, and then I cut us into commercial and I come back and I'm doing and at the end of it, him and his business partner are like, "You're really professional." Wow. And it's just kind of like, I've kind of been doing it for 2 years now. So
Pardon me. And that's it, right? Once you've been doing it for a while, you just get used to the pattern of the language. It's like hypnotic pattern. You just get into this. It's blah blah blah, you get into a rhythm. And I tuned into your show on Tuesday. It was a fantastic show. I love the story on the dogs. I freaking melted. It's like, oh my, it almost brought me to tears. And that's a lot. For me to almost get there, that's huge. Because I am cold fucking steel some days, right?
Yeah.
And So that, I was really impressed to hear that. I mean, Gary we had a boxer way back when, as a puppy, and Gary raised this dog right until the very end. Just lost him a year ago at Christmas time, but he lived to be 17, and boxers don't live that long.
Wow.
And he was fine up until his last couple of days. I mean, he got slower and all the rest. But right from a puppy, his eyes weren't open, and he was chewing on the clones that we. So he had a really strong system. He liked.
Yeah, Mika is. She's a pretty amazing dog. She's got arthritis. She's got a little bit of vertigo. And she's already 5 years past what the average age for her breed is. And I remember the day that Steve told me that they, him and his ex have made an appointment and whatnot. And then, I was a week later, I stopped and he popped into my head, and I sent him a message. It would have been a couple of days after the planned time. And I'm like, hey man, I'm just reaching out to say hi, and et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, she's still here.
And how cool is that, right?
Yeah. And so these videos of Mika running, and there's one that's probably about a month old. She's running along the beach, and she jumped over logs.
Wow. That's it. I saw that video. Yes. And this was like Mika a couple days ago or something like that. And it was like, oh my God. So really interesting show for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. Definitely tune in. That's Tuesdays at 3:00 Eastern time, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, great show. I found it really, really interesting, and and I don't get a lot of time to take the time out to actually sit and listen to a show or to watch a show. Usually, it's one of those, if you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean, right? And I just stay very, very busy. But lately, so Tuesday, I scheduled the time in to sit and listen.
Yeah, I'm really excited about tomorrow's show. I think we've got a lot of fun going on here, and we're going to have some pretty interesting people in overtime, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My joint, as you've heard, I'm coughing and coughing and coughing. I think I've picked up a bit of a cold of some sort that I've been fighting off. And the joint doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. It usually doesn't. That's not the way it happens. I do find though, I've had allergies going crazy with our really weird weather here in Nova Scotia. I have found that dabbing or hot knifing with hash doesn't make me choke as much, because there's no plant material in there as there is with the joint.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I've been, when I have even when I have a cold too, I find that if I do it that way, then it's not so bad.
Do you know, I should say that I'm thinking to myself, I really should get out my the volcano. It's sitting right behind me, and see it there on the shelf. Just pop that with a little bit of mullein, because the mullein's so good for the respiratory system.
Yep.
So.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, instead of burning it. Yeah, silly girl. See, sometimes we can't see the tree for the forest, and we can't see the forest for all the trees.
That's right. And sometimes we just need a different set of eyes. That's all.
Yeah.
Here I am. Okay.
Oh, lordy. So I think we're coming up to break time.
We are.
Awesome. Maybe what we'll do is I'll let you take over. Tell the story. I'm going to put this up, okay? Our I'm going to put something up. Honest, I am.
He's going to put something up, and I'm going to tell you a story.
Yes. Okay.
Once upon a time, there were a couple of stoned ladies. Shoot. So we have a giveaway. When we come back from the break, we have a giveaway. I have the wheel down here loaded. We only had a few entries, so I put every name on there a couple of times. And we are going to be giving away this epic piece of machinery. I love it. I'll show you mine.
Oh, I love this. Yes.
Yeah, I'll show you mine on the torch. the handy dabber.
How cool is that?
I absolutely love this. This comes with the torch attachment. It also comes with a bamboo straw and a little dab tool, so you can use it. I'll do a dab when we come back to you, and I'll show you how it works just one last time, just so y'all know there are instructions in there. This thing is just an amazing little piece of machinery, 100%. And
it
then,
looks so cool.
Yeah, so we'll do that near the end of the second segment. But when we come back, we will tell you about the new giveaway for next week. We will tell you about the little question that we have. It's not very hard, and we will show you how the handy dabber itself works.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And at that point in time, too, we'll give you all the instructions on how you can get your name on the wheel to win.
That's right.
All right. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Cannabis edibles are an effective way to manage pain and other ailments, especially when you deal with your trusted partner, Legacy 420, in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. You see, we lab test every product on site to ensure proper dosage every time, which is critical when consuming cannabis edibles. All Legacy 420 edibles are made by our classically trained baker and chocolatier, and we also have super tasty vegan options.
Our baker has been in the industry for 25 years. She's also a chocolatier. Everything from savory to sweet, your chocolate bars, brownies, butter tarts, you name it, we make it.
Talk to our knowledgeable Cannatex about our incredible variety available. Give your trusted partners a call. Legacy 420 out on your road.
In February of 2022, the Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club and Ted Smith were fined $6.5 million. This for helping 8,500 patients with access to medical cannabis. In our interview with Ted, he spoke to us about how people can donate to help in an upcoming court challenge. And here is part of that interview. From what I've seen lately, I believe that you've got something that you're trying to do as far as fundraising to deal with this next court challenge.
For now, people can write checks directly to Jack Lloyd Law Corporation or send e-transfers to save the VCBC at gmail.com. I guess those are the two easiest ways for people to help right now.
PACE Radio is the People Advocating Cannabis Education Radio Network.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
Hey, you know what? I love those new commercial sets. I'll put a lot of work and effort into producing them. He did a great job.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah. I sat here, my new co-host Steve and I sat here on a StreamYard call with Al when he created the opening segment for our new show. And it was, he just to watch him work, he knows what he's doing. He's done it a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So you're going to show us how this handy dabber works.
Fucking love this thing.
What the giveaway this week is.
Yeah. So near the end of the show, we'll run the wheel. We had a few people enter, so it was really awesome. So yeah, really simple. I got my dab ready. I use my own dab tool, and I've got a glass straw. I just like it better. But it does come with a bamboo straw and a little dab tool. So you just heat it up till it's red. Pretty simple. It's a wonderful little machine. Well, not really a machine, attachment.
I just had a whole Terminator thing run through my brain, but it went through too fast to share. Very cool. And how easy breezy was that, right? Talk about a handy little tool, handy little dab tool.
Handy dabber. That's why it is called the Handy Dabber.
I was gonna say it's named very accurately, very well, good.
Yeah, and I found this when I was in Vancouver last October for spiritual medicine ceremonies. So it's and I brought it home.
Very cool.
And I've been promoting it ever since, just because I really do. I like the thing.
One of those really cool units, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So where we are this week, I have again, battle strategies, right? It's I'm always looking for another way or ways in which to manage anything that's chronic. I know there is such a thing as diseases, and you hear of diseases all the time. However, what everything ultimately boils down to, whether it's a condition, a symptom, or a syndrome, it is a dis-ease inside of the body. And there is all kinds of natural solutions. And I'm always one of the ones that goes for au natural. And I'm that person that does the homemade stuff instead of going and buying it at the store. Mostly because I hate going into stores, not because the product's inferior by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I have found beautiful stuff in some of the stores, in particular bath salts, right? You can get some really nice cannabis infused bath salts with magnesium flakes. And for anybody that is middle-aged and you're going, you're losing bone mass right now. There's a lot of issues with inflammation. This is like, remember the old commercials of Calgon, Take Me Away?
Yeah.
Cannabis, take me away. There's nothing fancy about it. It's homemade stuff. There's a nice little sample pack with the recipe to make your own. Ooh. In addition to that, I have put in my cannabis infused coconut oil, a tin of my cannabis infused coconut oil. Very, very simple, very, very basic. And I've included the recipe. So once again, you can make your own. This is not retail stuff, guys. But because all it is cannabis infused coconut oil, it is edible. You will get a high from it if you eat it or ingest it. I wouldn't recommend any more than 1/8 of a teaspoon if you're frying an egg or something like that. Mostly I use it for topical. It reduces. What is your dog doing?
She's talking to me. I had to talk back. Sorry.
That's quite all right. I'm surprised Wookie's not saying stuff. But yeah, so it's really good for reducing inflammation. You apply it topically. It's great for psoriasis, eczema, dry skin this time of year. It's just really good all the way around for a whole bunch of different uses. So there's a sample thing in there plus the recipe to make your own. There's also a couple of other little minor treats, which we won't divulge. They'll be a surprise, but it'll come in a little package like that. The Fight Fibro, one of the leftover Fight Fibro packages.
I know what's in there.
Huh?
I know what's in there.
I bet you do. And we'll send that out. Now, so all you have to really do, favorite color. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color? Ooh, we'll go with purple.
Yours is purple? I don't know. It's by my mood. Red, white, black. I like solid, bright, contrasting colors.
Yeah, I like the psychedelics,
she
right?
sits here in gray on gray.
I mean, blue and purple and green and orange and pink.
Oh, yeah. So you like the nice, bright, nice bright colors too, right? So, okay, so how are you going to win this sample pack of the Fight Fibromyalgia sample pack from Green Irene? Here it is. It's this simple, guys. Tune in to Tokin Talk. That's the show you're listening to right now with Reverend Cindy and Green Irene. Listen for the catchphrase or the trivia question. And today's trivia question to get your name entered on the wheel to win is, what's your favorite color? What is your favorite color? Send your answer and your name to TNTOK. That's TEANDTOKE at hotmail.com by 7:10 Eastern Standard Time Sunday night, and we'll add your name to the wheel.
Yay!
Woo! Okay. Yeah, I feel like I should have had some clapping noises or stuff in there, but I shouldn't tell the voice is heading out on me. It left me behind.
I wonder if we can get those sound effects and like load them up, because there is an area for like music in the background. Oh, we can. We should be able to like add some. We should do that.
There he is.
We should add some audience sound effects. That would be fun.
Let's complicate the board more. Irene's not stoned enough and losing it as it is. Let's make more.
I bet you Al would be down with it. Hey, Al, are you watching? Can we get some sound effects added there? Wouldn't that be cool?
But yeah, actually, it really would be. It's we used to work with way back in the earlier days. When I say way back, I mean 3-4 years ago, with Pace Radio, when it was just the podcast on Spreaker. We would use a multi-streaming platform, which was I believe iOS, and I believe I might have been anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
OBS.
when I first came on, they were still using that. I was with the station for, gosh, we started using StreamYard about 3 months into me being with them.
Okay, so so you were on the old system, which is like a restream service, which is really cool. But the thing I liked about the open broadcasting system, that's what it was called, OBS. It's a free platform, just for the record, anybody interested in trying it out. It had all those cool little features, like the little sound effects. So as we were talking, you could go ding dong or clap, clap, clap or woohoo, right? And that's kind of fun to throw out there every now and then. And you throw the wrong one. I remember when I was a kid, I was in Niagara, and one of the radio stations, CJRN, oh my God, how's that for flashback memory? CJRN 710 AM. Okay, that was installed. They used to do a contest, and it's recognized what this sound is. So they'd be like frying a pork chop, and they'd get all kinds of weird answers come in, right? That people hear things differently. It was kind of cool. I remember that. I know, I'm high. I smoked that whole joint myself, okay?
Oh, that's great. I still think sound effects would be great.
They would be. They'd be fun. They are fun.
It would be.
Yes.
It would be a ton of fun.
If you're listening, we want sound effects. I don't think they would be that hard to incorporate.
No, it wouldn't, because it would just go like, I mean, like, I know that you folks can't see what I'm talking about, but in where we run, where it pops up, like, where we can bring up, stuff like this, we have a section where it's music, so I can play music in the background.
Oh, cool. And I don't know how that sounds though. Like if that's playing and we're talking, how does that actually, does one override the other, or can you control the sound? Like I haven't even really looked at it, just because I always find music in the background a pain in the ass. I get actually like overstimulated, right?
We can play this, and I can make it louder.
Oh, I see.
And I can make it softer.
Oh, perfect. So it's not just echoing white noise behind us. Very cool. And you can put on loop. So this is in StreamYard that we're actually talking. This is what we're producing from, or we air out from. But we air to a bunch of different locations. We're all over different Facebook groups, different Facebook pages. We're on the Pace Radio Facebook page. We're on Green Irene's Facebook page. We're on CBG TV Facebook page. We're on YouTube channels. Again, CBG TV, Facebook, Pace Radio, so on and so forth. We're also broadcasting now. All of our productions from Pace Radio are all broadcast and can be downloaded or streamed through the Boxcast app on any smart TV, just like, Roku or iApple, or I'm not familiar with them. I don't do that, but CBG TV is its own channel now. And they have a lot of programming from multiple networks and always some great shows. So if you're not already following us on there, more information can be found at the website at cbgtv.com. And again, if you ever have questions, send them to either us or paceradio.net. I think it's info@paceradio.net. It is. It wasn't, but it is now.
It is now. Because it just happened.
Oh, hilarious. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So this Jaguar is drying really, really nice, and it takes about 2 hours in total, and we've been on the air for 46 minutes. It was fresh when I sat down. Like, I literally just finished I have to finish this one piece here. But just to give you an idea, it's almost all dry now.
Okay,
and
just a second. Keep your hand up there. There we go. Very cool.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's upside down here. Let's see if I can do. There we go. Oops. There, see, so there's that with the two joints, the star or the sun rising and the cannabis leaf with the banner. And then this piece here I haven't finished yet. I was just starting it, and then it was showtime. And then because I splashed it right there, I decided to make rings. And on my grandson's hand, because he loves getting the henna done. So, and he's a total Spider-Man fanatic. Like, he loves Spider-Man. So I did on his hand, I did the spider that's on Spider-Man's chest. I did that on this hand. And on this hand, I'm going to do Spider-Man mask, the face. And yeah. And then because, Papa is his best friend, and Papa loves the Hulk, I'm doing a big Hulk face on Gary's hand. Papa Bear needs a tattoo too.
That's right. That's right. That's cute. We all need tattoos. I need more tattoos, and I just got one.
That's what you were saying, yes. Do you know what? You were telling some of the stories, and I have to tell you this. I don't believe this is gossip at all, but you were telling me the story of the heart on your arm. You were telling me some of the stories about some of your tattoos. And so I was talking to somebody else who was saying, I really want to get some body art done, but I don't know what I want. And, I keep looking at this and thinking, should I put that on? And I said, if it gives you a memory and a story, isn't that what the art's all about? And then I said, I have a friend who.
Yep. There's a lot of stories on me. That's for sure.
And I think it's beautiful. Traditional native practice in the wintertime when snow is on the ground, that is when you tell the stories. But that's how you share your wisdoms. That's how you share your history. Most of the stories are allegorical and metaphorical, but they're meant to teach you either a skill or a trade or history. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it's all passed along. And I think it's something we're losing in today's society. And so when I see that artwork and that expression and all the stories that go with it, I love the storytelling that's associated with it. I'm a writer by heart, right? So
yeah. And there's a few. Yes.
Well, you'll have to share with all of us sometime when you're feeling up to it, and I'm not so chatty. It's the Girl Scout cookies. I really do get chatty with that, with the sativas.
Yeah, no, I find that too. And I tend not to smoke them a lot. So when I do smoke them, they bring me right up. So when I have to go be social, they're a perfect thing.
They really genuinely are. I'm gonna grab. I have a strain that I found that I meant to share and did not. Somebody was asking me because I've been promoting, especially if you're dealing with now, notably because you are on HRT. You really should talk to your doctor before consuming cannabis that's high in CBG. CBG affects your GABA production and another production, which changes the influence on hormonal balance. And because of that, can interfere or cause chaos with HRT, hormonal replacement therapy. If you're not on HRT, this strain that I just found, and it is called, I just want to make sure it's tropical. Yes, tropical diesel CBG. Nice. They have infused it with extra CBG. And I'm telling you, it's like, it's the fucking chill pill.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you tried CBN, extra CBN yet?
Yes, quite often. And I like the CBN, especially during the day. And CBN occurs naturally. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but
yeah, no, I can't do CBN during the day. It's the sleep one, and it really works.
Okay, well, me. CBN, if you allow your cannabis product, your bud in the baggy kind of thing, to oxidate, to stick around in the air and to go stale, the longer it's exposed to an oxidization, like to the oxygen, the more CBN, and it replaces THC.
Yep.
So if you have stale weed that you found from a year ago, as long as it doesn't smell like perfume, throw it in the vaporizer, like into a volcano, and fucking enjoy a beautiful good night's sleep.
Oh, right? Yeah. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's not gone bad. It's just gone different.
Right. Right. And again, I fucking love this plant. See, we may use offensive language.
we should make a wheel go round.
And the wheel goes round and round and round.
We should make a wheel go round. There it is.
All right.
There's the wheel. Okay, so we have 3 people that got in on time. We have Adina, we have Krista, and we have Jessica. As you see, I have people up there a few times. And I'm going to hit the spin button, and we're going to see who wins. Ready?
Yep.
Jessica.
Jessica H is the winner. Woo! Yeah, see, we need sound effects because that really hurt my throat.
Ow. Now you got to get on those sound
effects. I feel like a seal at Marineland.
Oh my God. So remember to get your entries in. All you got to do is tell Irene and I what your favorite color is and email us at teandtoke@hotmail.com. That's TEAANDTOKE @hotmail.com by 7:10 p.m. Eastern next Sunday. And you will be in on the giveaway for the wonderful package that Irene has put together.
Yeah, so once again, that package, and it's all homemade stuff, but you got the recipe with it too. So, it's really basic. You can make your own at home. And I'm telling you, whether it is a chilly day or you've got aches and pains, or it's just been really stressful, or if for no other reason, you simply want to pamper yourself, a cannabis-infused bath is amazing. Get out, coat your skin down with the cream. Oh, it's like, and while you're in there's a couple other little things. Have yourself a look. You get the joy. All right. You know what? I love that you are so good at this giveaway and you remember to stay on track and you do all that. It's beautiful. I want to share. again, I love my local dispensary, and I always bring them in little trinkets in some way, shape, or form if I'm working on something. I went in the other day, and again, the other day in the last 3 months, and one of the staff members, she says, oh, we were at a whatever training thing, because they go to like all of them. They're, again, True North is, or not True North, Northern Howell is really good at sending their staff out and sending them to all these events and training seminars and info updates and all that sort of thing. They're really, really cool about that. So anyways, the girls got some of these, and as one of their, check this out. How pretty is that?
Oh, nice.
Right? A little one hitter. It's so pretty. I just love it. And it's like, oh, thank you guys. So I haven't used it yet. And I'm not really a pipe smoker, but I do like it for, that one hit.
Yep.
So this is a great little thing. And I was just thanks again, girls. And that's over at Northern Helm. They're so good to me over there. That's what I like about the local dispensaries. Again, I feel like I'm at Cheers. Remember that show from the 90s?
Yes.
Sam Malone?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows from back then.
There you go.
Yeah, I used to really enjoy it.
Very good. So yeah, again, to win that, it's real easy. Tell us what your favorite color is, and send your information to tokintalk@hotmail.com, and get it in by Sunday night, and you too can win. Yay! And yeah, it's just a little package to go.
Sounds nice. It's a nice package. Yeah, it'd be awesome to win that. But that kind of brings us to the end of the show. It is that time that we head off and do other things.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so on that note, thank you for tuning in. Remember to tune in tomorrow at 3. Oh, well, now Tuesday. Is there another show on Tuesday?
No. Tuesday evening, later than us. Has it started yet?
Well, I don't know. So let's just stick with tomorrow. Tune in, listen to Cindy and Steve and their new show, Mushy Moments, at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's every Tuesday. Great show. And I'm not just fluffing you. I really did enjoy it. And
thank you.
I don't get to say that often. You know what I mean? Because I don't sit often enough to listen to a show. Anyway, great show. I will be tuning in again. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm back with Cannabis and Creative Visualizations. I will be talking about using hypnosis and cannabis combined, and why in hypnotherapy we don't recommend using cannabis or being under the influence during a hypnotherapy session unless. So moving on from that, and then Thursday is, of course, Reefer Reports. Friday, I'm back with
Actually, it's no longer called Reefer Reporters. Thursday will be Pace News Reports.
Yes, you're right. Thank you for that catch. It's psychedelics and cannabis education.
We've all done that.
There's my mark. On that note, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for playing along. And congratulations to Jessica, was it? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations, Jessica. We will be reaching out for your mailing address. On that note, we are out.
Bye.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, Legacy for 20, it's so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partner 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420, enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products, make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyndonega Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more. We've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.